I'm Linda Johnson, and this is the second grade at Nevada City Elementary, and we're going to be reading you some books today.
Hi, my name is Carly, and I'm going to read Cave Boy by Mark and Kathy Dubowski. Hi, my name is Harry. I live with my family in this cave. My friends like to run and jump and swing and climb. I like those things too. But most of all, I like to make new things, things no one has ever seen before. I put a rock on a stick. What does it do? Bam, bam! I call it a bammer. I cut up a log. What does it do? Boom, boom! I call it a boomer. Stop all that bamming! Stop all that booming! That is Chief Grump. He's always mad about something. Tomorrow is his birthday. Maybe I can cheer him up. I will make something new, just for Chief Grump. Wow! I've never seen anything like it. My friends say, "What is that thing?" I say, "Don't look. It is a surprise." It is time for Chief Grump's party. He gets lots of presents. A rock, some wood, a fish, a bone. Chief Grump says, "I do not need this. I do not need that." He throws them down the hill. Now Chief Grump opens my present. What does it do? Everyone looks at my new thing. Does it boom? Does it bounce? Does it bite? But no one can guess what it does. Not even me. Chief Grump says, "It does not do anything." He kicks it down the hill. Hey, now I know what this new thing does. It rolls. I take it back to my room. I put something here, I add something there. Maybe Chief Grump will like it now. I tell him, "Sit here, put your feet there." I give him a push. Look, I made something really new, something no one has ever seen before. I made Chief Grump smile. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name is Haley, and I'm going to read a silly story by Marcy May. Once I had a silly thought while sitting in the shade. What if I'm not me? Perhaps I am a rock, or a dog, or a tree, thinking I am me. What a silly thought. I laughed so hard I fell right down, and then I thought some more. Perhaps each time I smell a flower, it's smelling me right back. Perhaps I'm not where I think I am. Where else can I be? Sitting in this tree? Or hiding underneath a stone? And what if I'm floating high up in the air and I only think that I'm sitting in the shade? Perhaps up is down and down is up, and I only think it's down. That silly thinking made me hungry, so I went home to eat. My dinner lay there on the plate looking up at me. Then I had a silly thought. I thought I may be something else, and I'm not really me at all. Perhaps I am my dinner, thinking I am me. That made me laugh so very hard I fell right out of my chair. "Eat your dinner," my father said. "Why must you be so silly? Maybe I'm not here at all. Where else can I be? Perhaps I'm under the tablecloth and I just don't know I'm there." "Stop that now," my mother said, "and go upstairs to bed." I put on my pajamas and crawled into my bed. Before I knew what happened, I had a silly thought. Perhaps I am my pillow and my pillow is really me. That made me laugh so very hard I fell right out of bed. Perhaps I'm underneath the bed thinking I'm on top. All the silly thoughts running through my head made me very tired, so I closed my eyes. While I closed my eyes, I had a silly thought. I don't remember what it was because I fell asleep. Thank you for listening me. Thank you for listening me. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name is Chris, and I'm going to read The Bull and the Fire Truck by Tony Johnstone, illustrated by R.W. Alley. Bernardo was a bull, big and bulky and brave. He lived with his family on a farm, but one day he was driven in a new farm in a bright red truck. The red truck made him mad. It was like a cage on the trip. He snorted at it. He tried to shake it. He tried to butt its red sides, but he was too big and bulky to move. From then on, Bernardo did not like red. Red apples, red flowers, red bandanas. Red made him mad. Bernardo roamed the fields of his new home, eating grass and growing bigger and bulkier. One day, he heard something clink, clink, clank, clank. Woo! A bright red fire truck rushed to a fire. Sped past Bernardo's field. The fire truck made him think of the other red trucks. It made him mad, so he stopped chewing grass and started chasing the fire truck. When it reached the town, the fire truck slowed down for cars. Bernardo did not slow down. Big and bulky and brave, he charged full speed ahead. Thank you for listening to me read.
My friend Seneca.
My friend Seneca will read the rest of the book.
Hi, my name is Seneca and I'm going to finish reading The Bull and the Fire Truck. Wham, wham, wham. He tried to smash it. The firefighters could not believe their eyes. They were thrown all around like hay. Most of all there were surprised. Stop, 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 they shouted, but Bernardo kept butting the fire truck. Pound, pound, pound. Hoses snaked all over the street. Pieces rattled to the ground. People crowded around when they heard the loud sounds. Bernardo's owner drove by. Stop, 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 he shouted at Bernardo. But Bernardo was big and bulky and brave. He did not stop until he knocked himself silly. The fire truck was dented like a big tin can, and a tow truck took it away. Another fire truck went to the fire. Bernardo and the firefighters went to the doctor. The firefighters had some bumps and they were fine. Bernardo had some bumps too, mostly his head hurt. What happened? The doctor asked Bernardo's owner. My bull hates red, the farmer said. So he wrecked a fire truck? The doctor smiled. He's sure got spunk. He gave Bernardo a pat. He gave the farmer a note. Keep this bull away from red. So the farmer put Bernardo in a far field where there was nothing red to make him mad. To be extra safe, he grew yellow apples, planted blue flowers, wore a purple bandana, and he painted his truck green. Good idea, said the firefighters. They painted their truck green too. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name is Carly, and I'm going to read If You Give It a Mouse a Cookie by Laura Numerov. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then he'll want to look in the mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he looks into the mirror, he might notice his hair needs a trim. So he'll probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read him a story. So you read to him from one of your books, and he'll ask to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited he'll want to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons. He'll draw a picture. When the picture is finished, he'll want to sign his name with a pen. Then he'll want to hang his picture on your refrigerator, which means he'll need Scotch tape. He'll hang his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that he's thirsty, so he'll ask for a glass of milk. And changes are if he asks for a glass of milk, he's going to want a cookie to go with it. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name is Napala, and I'm going to read Wake Me in Spring by James Preller. Mouse looked out from his hole and said, "It's getting cold." He shivered. Bear scratched his belly in the yard. "Yes," said Bear, "I feel winter in my bones." Bear looked at the calendar. "Time for bed," he said. "I'm so tired, I will surely sleep all winter long." "But Bear," Mouse cried, "you'll miss winter." Bear yawned and said, "I'm so sleepy, I don't care." Mouse waved his arms. "You'll miss sleigh rides in the snow," Mouse said. Bear rubbed his eyes and said, "I'm so sleepy, I don't care." "You will miss hot chocolate and steaming cups," said Mouse. Bear pulled the curtains. "I don't care," he said. "You'll miss ice skates on frozen lakes," said Mouse. Bear locked the front door and said, "I don't care. You'll miss snowmen with carrot noses," cried Mouse. Bear only sighed and said, "I don't care." Mouse didn't say a word. Finally, in a sad, soft voice, Mouse said, "And I will miss you." Bear looked into Mouse's watery eyes. Bear said, "Mouse, I will not miss sleigh rides in the snow, hot chocolate and steaming cups, ice skates on frozen lakes, or even snowmen with carrot noses." "But I will miss you. I will miss you very much." Bear bent down and gave his friend the kind hug that bears give best. A hug that lasts all winter. "My little friend," Bear explained, "please understand. A bear needs to sleep all winter long." Mouse sniffled and blew his nose. "Ker-hunk." Bear brushed his teeth and said, "Mouse, I feel winter in my bones. Please wake me in spring when flowers bloom and birds sing." Mouse tucked Bear into bed and whispered, "Good night, Bear. Sleep tight. I will see you in spring when flowers bloom."
friends sing. Thank you for listening to me read. Hi, my name is Kurt Rice, and I'm going to be reading Dogzilla by Dave Pickle. It was summertime in the city of Massapolis, and mice from all corners of the community had come together to compete in the first annual barbecue cook-off. As the cook-off got underway, smoke from the hot grills lifted the irresistible scent of barbecue sauce over the rooftops of the city. A gentle wind carried the mouth-watering smell into the distance, right over a top of an ancient crater. Before long, a strange, mysterious sound was heard. Sniff, 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 sniff. All at once, the volcano began to tremble. And suddenly, up from the very depths of earth came the most terrifying creature ever known to mankind, the dreadful Dogzilla. Immediately, soldiers were sent out to stop the mighty beast. The heroic troops were led by the brave commanding officer, the Big Cheese. All right, you old fleabag, squeaked the Big Cheese. Stick those paws in there. You're coming with us. Without warning, the monstrous mutt breathed their horrible breath onto the mice. Happy breath! Screamed the soldiers. Run for your lives! Wait, come back here, shouted the Big Cheese to his troops. What are you, men or mice? We're mice, they squeaked. Said Big Cheese. All right, wait for me. The colossal canine followed the soldiers back to Massapolis, digging up all of the food in her path. Afterward, Dogzilla wandered through the city streets, storing those things that come natural to dogs. Dogzilla chased cars right off the freeway. Dogzilla chewed furniture and furniture stores as well. Dogzilla dug up bones at the Museum of Natural History. Meanwhile, the Big Cheese had organized an emergency meeting with one of the city's greatest scientific minds, Professor Scarlett O'Hare. Hey, Thomas, said the Professor O'Hare, this monster comes from prehistoric times. It is perhaps millions of years old. Maybe we could teach it to do something positive for the community, suggested the Big Cheese. I'm afraid not, said Professor O'Hare. You simply can't teach an old dog new tricks. If we're going to defeat this dog, we've got to think like a dog. We've got to find something that all dogs are afraid of. Something that will scare the beast away from Massapolis forever. I've got an idea, squeaked the Big Cheese. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of this story, you could check it out at your local library. Hi, my name's Colby, and I'm going to read Cat Kong by Dave Higley. One dark and peerless night, 3 mouse explorers sailed toward the strange, uncharted island. Captain Charles Limburger steered the tiny vessel, while Dr. Vincent Fireman and his beautiful assistant, Rosie Roden, looked on. When they reached the island, the 3 explorers were astonished. A group of natives was performing an ancient ceremony, offering up a sacrificial can of tuna fish and repeating a mysterious chant. Here, kitty, kitty, here, kitty, kitty, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Suddenly, the island began to tremble. Crashing through the thick forest came the most frightening creature ever known to mankind, the mighty Kong. Meowing and hissing furiously,
The coastal cat took 3 giant kitty steps. And tripped over the tuna fish can. Clunk. Cat calmly bumped his head on the ground and was knocked out cold. If only one could bring him back to the city with us, said Dr. Vireman. No reptile rosy rodent, it would be wrong to take this creature away from its natural habitat just to satisfy our scientific curiosity. Forget science, squeaked Dr. Vireman. Think of the money we could make. If you want to hear the rest of this book, check it out at your local library.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me read.
Thank you for listening to me. My name is Natalie, and I'm going to read Unicorns Don't Give Sleigh Rides. Are you sure you can make it? Melody asked Lisa. Lisa pushed her blonde bags out of her eyes and nodded. It only hurts a little. Lisa and Melody and their 2 friends, Howie and Eddie, were making their way down the long road to Bailey City Stables. They had to walk slowly because Lisa limped with every step. Usually the 4 friends would be in school, but so much snow fell the night before that school was canceled. Even though it was too cold for Lisa's riding lesson, she still had to take care of her pony Penelope. Melody, Howie, and Eddie promised to help with her stable duties before playing in the snow. Eddie pulled his baseball cap down over his curly red hair. If you weren't such a klutz, you wouldn't have fallen down, he said. Lisa's not clumsy, Melody said. She probably slipped on all this snow. Exactly what did happen to your ankle? Howie asked. Lisa took a deep breath. It was the strangest thing, she said. There's nothing strange about you falling down, Eddie laughed. You aren't exactly the world's best athlete. Melody punched Eddie on the arm. Be nice, Melody warned. Falling down wasn't strange, Lisa said after giving Eddie the meanest look at she could. It's what happened after I fell. Go on, Howie said to Lisa. Tell us what happened. I was brushing Penelope. That's the pony I've been taking care of since I started taking riding lessons. I brushed her extra long because I want her coat to be shiny when she gives sleigh rides at the mall. By the time I finished, everyone else was gone except Mr. Withers, the owner of Bailey City Stables. I went out the side door and slipped on the ice. That must have really hurt, Melody said. Lisa nodded. It hurt so badly, I couldn't walk. Mr. Withers didn't know I was out there, and it was cold. I thought I would turn into a giant icicle. Eddie laughed. That wouldn't be so bad. At least icicles don't have to go to school. Howie ignored Eddie. How did you make it back to the stable? He asked. I was getting ready to yell for help when I heard them. Jingle bells coming closer and closer. Lisa said. A sleigh came through the swirling snow and pulled by a pearl-colored horse. The horse stopped right beside me. I dragged myself inside the empty sleigh, and that horse went right into the stable as if it knew exactly what to do. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of this story, check it out at your local library.
Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm going to read There's a Rocket in My Pocket. Did you ever have a feeling there's a basket in your basket? Or a nerrier in your burrier? Or was it in your closet? Sometimes I have quite certain there's a curtain in the curtain. Sometimes I have a feeling there's a lock behind the clock. And the zelf up on that shelf, I have talked to him myself. That's the kind of house I live in. There's a mink in the sink and a zamp in the lamp. And they're rather nice, I think. Some of them are very friendly, like the yacht in the pot. But the yachtle in the bottle, some are friendly, some are not. And the gear under the chair, I like the Zabel on the table. But that gopher on the sofa, well, I wish he wasn't there. All those nubbards in the cupboards, they're good fun to have about. But that newsbrush on my toothbrush, him I could do without. The only one I'm really scared of is that bug under the rug. And the chimney up the chimney, I don't like him, not at all. And it makes me sort of nervous when the Zal scoots down the hall. But the Yeps on the steps, they're great fun to have around. And so are many, many other friends that I have found. Like the teller and the neller and the beller and the weller and the zeller in the cellar.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to me read. If
you want to know how the story ends.
If you want to hear the rest of the story, you can check it out at your local library.
Hi, my name's Dean, and I'm reading Captains by Ursula K. Le Guin. Mrs. Jane Tabby could not explain why all four of her children had wings. I suppose the father was flying by night, and a neighbor said, and laughed unpleasantly, sneaking around the dumpster. Maybe they have wings because I dreamed before they were born that I could fly away from this neighborhood, said Mrs. Jane Tabby. Thelma, your face is dirty. Wash it. Roger stopped hitting James Harvey. When you pull, you should close your eyes, partway, and knead me with your front paws. Yes, that's the way. How is the milk this morning, children? It's very good, Mother. Thank you. They answered happily. They were beautiful. Children were brought up, but Mrs. Tabby worried about them secretly. It really was a neighborhood, and getting close calls, wheels and trucks, wheels rolling past all day, rubbish and little hungry dogs, endless shoes and boots, walking, running, and stamping, kicking away safely and quiet, and less to eat. Most of the spills had moved away. The wax wool form is and dangerous. The mice will shy and squirm. So the children's wings will the least of Mrs. Tabby's woolies. She washed the silky wings every day, along with the chins and paws and tails, and wondered about them. No, and then, but she woke too hard to find food and bringing up the family to think much about things she didn't understand. But when the huge dogs chased the little hole and cornered hole behind the garbage. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. If you want to know the rest of this book, check it out at your local library.
Hi, my name is Gregory, and I'm going to read Catwing's Return by Ursula K. Le Guin. Early on a rainy morning, Hank and Susan came over the hill at Old Hill Farm to the old hay barn, high up in the wall of the barn loft were holes where pigeons used to fly in and out. Susan was looking up at those pigeonholes as she called, "Kit, kit, 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 kitty wings, cat wings, breakfast." Out of a pigeonhole peeped not a beak, but a cinnamon nose, 2 round yellow eyes, 2 front paws, and then whoosh! Out flew a cat with wings, a tabby cat with tabby wings. The first one out was Thelma, always an early riser. Then came Roger. Then from a different pigeonhole, little Harriet, and finally James. He flew slower than the others because his left wing had been hurt once by an angry owl, but he joined them in their flying games, tumbling in the air all around the barn and driving the woodpeckers in the oak trees crazy. Then all at once all 4 cats came plummeting and looping down the hungry mews and happy meows for breakfast. Hank liked to toss kibbles in the air and watch Roger catch them, and Roger liked to catch them. Susan liked to hold kibbles in her hand while James ate them, tickling his fingers with his whiskers and purring loudly. Thelma and Harriet took their breakfast seriously, preferring not to play games with it. So the children and the cats were all there that rainy morning in the old barn when Hank said to his sister, "You know, I think Mother saw Roger yesterday. He was above the hill inside of the house. I think he saw them ages ago. She won't tell anybody," Susan said, scratching Thelma's chin. But from the moment they discovered the flying tabbies, the children had known that they must keep them a secret. They feared people who would want to put them in cages, in circuses, or pet shows, or laboratories to make money by owning them or selling them. Of course, Mother wouldn't tell, Hank said, but I'm glad nobody ever comes around this old barn. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of this story, check it out at your local library.
I'm not in this. My name is Lindsay, and this is Felix the Funny Fox by Sky Michaels. Felix Fox
was new to the neighborhood. He had just moved in. What a nice neighborhood, said Felix. I like this neighborhood, said Felix. It looks nice and friendly. And I like friendly neighborhoods. Felix was a friendly fox who liked having lots of friends. Friends are nice to have. Everyone needs friends. Out went Felix to meet his neighbors. Out he went to make friends. Did the neighbors want to make friends with Felix? No. Felix was a fox, and some foxes are not friendly. Some foxes hunt their neighbors. Rob Rabbit was a neighbor. He saw Felix, who did not know Felix was nice. A fox, said Rob. Foxes hunt rabbits. Rob was afraid. He quickly ran away. Stop, neighbor, yelled Felix. Do not be afraid. Do not run. I am friendly. But Rob did run. He did not want to meet Felix. Poor Felix Fox, he was sad. He did not want the rabbit to be afraid of him. A neighbor came by. The neighbor was Ken Quail. Ken saw Felix. Ken was afraid. Yipes! He yelled. A fox. Foxes hunt quail. Felix saw Ken Quail. Do not be afraid, said Felix. I am a new neighbor. Ken Quail did not want a fox for a neighbor. He ran away. Poor Felix. He did not want his neighbors to run away, but they did. This is my friend Lucas, and he's going to read the rest of this book. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name is Lucas Warmerdam, and I'm going to read some more of Felix the Funny Fox. Which neighbor saw Felix next? Mary Mouse did. Was she afraid? Yes, away she ran. All the neighbors ran away. They did not want to meet Felix. They did not know Felix was a friendly fox. Poor sad Felix. He knew a new neighborhood is not nice without friends. He said, I am not a bad fox, said Felix. I do not hunt my neighbors. I do not want my neighbors to be afraid. How can I make friends? Felix thought of a way to make friends. Felix laughed. I will be funny, he said. I will make my neighbors laugh. If they laugh, they will not be afraid. If I am funny, they will know I'm nice. How can a fox be funny? He can look funny. He can wear lots of funny things. And that is what Felix did. Felix wore a funny nose. It was a big funny nose. This funny nose will make my neighbors laugh, said Felix. Felix went out. He went out wearing the big funny nose. He went out in the neighborhood. Rob Rabbit saw Felix. He saw the big funny nose. He was not afraid. He did not run away. He laughed. Look at that funny nose, Rob said. What a funny, funny fox. He laughed and laughed. That is how Felix met Rob. That is how Rob and Felix made friends. Felix, you are a funny fox, and said Rob. I am funny. I like funny foxes. The next day, Felix went out. He wore the big funny nose. He wore the big funny hat. That funny looking fox he was. Another neighbor saw Felix. The neighbor was Ken Quail. Ken saw the big funny nose. He saw the big funny hat. Was Ken Quail afraid? Did he run away? Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear what Ken Quail did, check the book out at your local library.
Hi, my name is Mitchell. I'm going to read What Is That? Said the Cat by Grease Macaroni. I found a box, said the fox. I heard, said the bird. What is that? Said the cat. We don't know, said the crow. It's big, said the pig. Let me see, said the bee. Open it up, said the pup. How, said the cow. I'll use force, said the horse. Do not enter. Open. Use a bat, said the rat. Ow. I will try, said the fly. Good luck, said the duck. Beware, said the hare. Click. Then the fox and the bird and the cat and the crow and the bee and the pig and the pup and the cow and the horse and the rat and the fly and the duck and the rabbit here said, "See you later, alligator. Thank you for listening me to read."
Hi, my name is Maya, and I'm going to read Flutterby by Stefan Castro. In a burst of laughter and moonshine on a fine and beautiful evening, Flutterby was born. As her silver blue cocoon shimmered in the starlight, she unfurled her wings and whinnied at the crystal night. For you see, Flutterby was not a common bug or butterfly, but rather a smallest of small-winged, white-flying horse. She looked about, and with a twinkle in her eye, she set off to discover her new world. The dawn of a new morning warmed her wings as she soared just as high as she could fly. She soared up and around for an hour or more as her wings grew stronger and stronger. Finally, she thought, I wonder what I am and what I'm to do. She was thinking long and hard when suddenly Flutterby noticed a group of ants working industriously far below. That's what I must be, she explained, and with that she glided softly to the ground to join her own kind. The ants ignored Flutterby as she landed amongst them, but she watched with much interest as they bustily dashed about gathering food and carrying it to their hill. Well, she thought, If I am truly an ant, then maybe I should get to work too. She picked up some fruit, like the other ants, and carried it over to the hill. She started to back down the ladder at the entrance to the anthill when she realized that she didn't fit through the opening. In fact, she got stuck halfway in and halfway out. She began to whinny in absolute fear, but the patient ant, with some of them pushing from inside and the others pushing from the outside, yanking her from the anthill. Sobbingly. Okay. Flutterby said, "If I'm an ant, then why don't I fit in our home?" Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to check out the rest of the story, check out in the local library.
My name is Ashley. I'm going to read this book too. If You Give a Mouse a Cookie by Lauren
Numeroff.
If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then you'll want to look in the mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he's looking into the mirror, he might notice he needs a trim. So he'll probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. Then he'll finish. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away sweeping every room in the house. He may end up even up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of the story, please check it out at your local library.
We love to read and write about animals. Thank you for listening to us read.
What grade are you in?
Second!
What school do you go to?